EC 36 News at Noon is brought to you by Trackside Restaurant and Bourbon Bar.
Welcome back, friends. Well, on February 22nd, 5 startups are taking the stage for 5 Across, a Shark Tank-styled business pitch where the winner will receive $500 in cash. Hey, why not? Joining us today with more on that and their new book is Garrett Farback. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us out here. We are excited. We've got a lot of fun activity going on in Lexington, and honestly, you said almost all the information needed, so we're good to go.
But let's kind of get to the nitty-gritty on
absolutely.
this. What exactly is 5 Across?
So 5 Across was a really creative way for Lexington to actually get on the map, that we have entrepreneurs. We're much more than basketball, bourbon, horse racing, the potential barefoot stereotype, and actually show that Kentucky has a lot of innovative, very innovative entrepreneurs that are coming from our state, coming up with cool companies, and we're seeing a lot of people just come through our pipeline that say, hey, I've worked for maybe Big Co and I want to start my own thing. And we're seeing a lot of trends and people actually moving from West Coast, Boston, New York area down to the Midwest. And so it's really exciting.
Really cool. And what inspired you to start this company?
So I didn't start this, but I got my start a couple years ago. And a long story short, in a couple sentences, a couple guys built a company when they were at UK back in the mid-2000s and actually went to Facebook to try and tell Facebook to buy us. Facebook said, no, you're about worth a couple $100. They started a software company, and that became the pipeline for a lot of activity that has really been the backbone for Kentucky and our entrepreneurial community. And 5 Across was a really cool way to say, hey, we're entrepreneurs. How do we find people that are just like us? And people started popping up left and right, and a decade later, we are having a great time.
That's incredible. Now, I'm a typical Lexington resident, as are everybody here. So tell us why they should do this particular event.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say most people have probably watched an episode of Shark Tank at one point in time. And again, we're on TV right now. People on TV, you don't see all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You are in a live audience where your fellow Kentuckian is getting up and saying, hey, here's what I quit doing professionally, what I'm trying to do full-time right now. My family supports on me, my friends support on me, and you get to hear their story, what they want to accomplish. And then you have people that are credible judges, credible entrepreneurs saying, hey, try this instead. Your big plot hole for your company is this. Let's talk afterwards. You see people network. And it's a great place for college students who are looking for an internship, their first job, or people who are seasoned entrepreneurs, seasoned business owners to come be in the community. And it's just a great time that really helps people get into a new community in the city.
And it sounds like a positive environment too, because sometimes on Shark Tank, you're devastated. And, you know, they cut them off and then they're walking out and they're all sad and mopey and that they didn't get the money to back them. But this is all just positive reinforcement or positive feedback. Maybe the company isn't designed exactly the way that it should be, and so other people are kind of advising people. Is that what this is?
Yeah, we say it's like a high school pep rally meets a pitch competition. It is the most encouraging atmosphere you will possibly find.
Wow, that's incredible. Now tell us about the books too that you have here.
Okay, so I mentioned a couple guys, Brian, Luke, Justin, Matt, some of our company's co-founders. Years ago when they started their first business that failed, they went to a man who is in this first book, Umbrella Spirit, called Dr. Lee Todd, a very famous entrepreneur, also UK's former president. And essentially, he told these guys, go fail for a year, go try something, and if you flop, go be a software developer, go to medical school. But this was a really creative way, and I'm telling the shortened story, for us to meet essentially our heroes, the guys that we look up to, the women we looked up to, that were very successful Kentucky entrepreneurs that paved thousands of jobs, really helped thrive the state economy. And this is our take to say, hey, if you want to have a cup of coffee or a meal with Kentucky's most famous entrepreneurs, grab a copy of this book. And so we released this volume 2 this past November at one of the largest events we host, the Kentucky Entrepreneur Hall of Fame ceremony. And it's great. We have 19 stories of these entrepreneurs' journeys in each book, so 38 total, and just really cool to see people who come from very humble beginnings, have created monster companies that have blessed our state, and just to say, oh, they're a normal person too. They had a newspaper route from age 6 to 10. They did all this stuff. I can do it too.
That's incredible. It really is. Now, where can folks find the book?
You come on down to Awesome Inc. Come ask for Garrett. I'll gladly give you some Oreos and a tour of space in one of these books. Or go to Amazon, like every other book you can find in the world.
Where is Awesome Inc. located?
So if you go downtown, we are 348 East Main Street. If you know where Carson's, the restaurant is, we're right next to them. We're right around the corner from a Thoroughbred Park. And you can't miss us. We have all these massive windows, and you always see people coding up front, and it's a great environment.
Easy enough.
Easy enough.
Great location. Love it. All right, Garrett, well, thank you so much for coming on, and good luck with everything with the event. I love it. I love the sound of it, and it should be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
All right, and we will be back with more news at noon right after the break. Keep it here.